Imagine a world where 3 gourmet meals a day are delivered to you that contain every nutrient your body needs for optimal health and longevity. This custom-made designer diet holds the key to preventing disease, shedding unwanted pounds, and restoring your timeless, wrinkle-free beauty. Wake up, big dog friends. This fantasy world doesn't exist for us or our dogs. While I've made the case in many other videos, if commercial pet food truly was the panacea for perfect health, the experts would like us to believe it is, why are the rates of disease, allergy, and cancer in dogs rising faster than ever before? Let's face it, no diet is perfect or perfectly balanced all on its own. So for optimal health, both humans and dogs need individualized supplementation. Whether your dog is fed a raw diet or a kibble-based one, there are several supplements for large dogs you might consider adding to improve your dog's health and longevity. In this video, I am going to share the supplements I feed to my Mastiffs and why I recommend them for all large dogs, special considerations for raw-fed dogs, as well as tips for how to get the most out of your supplements and your budget. If all of that sounds interesting to you, stick around. As always, I have included links to the comprehensive blog post that expands on this information and all of the supplements I'm showing today down in the description below. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie, aka Big Dog Mom, and on this channel, I provide information and resources to help you and your big dog live your best life together. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for stopping back. I'm thrilled you are here. Okay, for example, in addition to a high-protein whole food diet, I take calcium with vitamin D, B vitamins, a multivitamin, magnesium, omega-3, fiber, probiotics, and electrolytes. These are the right supplements for me based on my age, health, fitness, based on my own research, and through consultation with my doctor. Choosing the right vitamins and supplements for your dog will require the same degree of due diligence. Consider consulting with your veterinarian first before starting your dog on any of the vitamins or supplements we are about to cover. My recommendation is just one data point. Be sure to do your own homework. Let's first go through my top recommended vitamins and supplements for dogs. Then I will answer some of the most frequently asked questions I get about dietary optimization. I've categorized these by body part or condition, not necessarily in order of importance or priority. Let's start from the top with the multivitamin. While we like to think Pop-Tarts, mac and cheese, and a McDonald's Big Mac provide everything we need for a healthy body and mind, processed foods that predominate our food supply are severely lacking in nutritional quality. Human doctors accept that our diets are less than perfect. As such, they often recommend we take a multivitamin to fill any nutritional gaps we may have. The dry, processed sugar, i.e. kibble, that most dogs eat is not that far removed from Pop-Tarts, sadly. And even for dogs eating the most wholesome and nutritionally balanced raw diet, a multivitamin can help mitigate any gaps that inevitably exist in the diet. My favorite multivitamin supplement is called Complete by Nature's Pharmacy. Dogzymes Complete is their compilation of 3 of their most popular products: Dogzymes Ultimate, Dogzymes Digestive Enhancer, and Dogzymes PhytoFlex. What I love most about Complete is that it is just that, a complete all-in-one solution for any possible gaps in my dog's nutrition. I trust the quality of the ingredients they use in their supplements, how the supplements are made, and appreciate supporting a USA-based small business. Over the years, I have fed several Nature's Pharmacy supplements and continue to have a good experience with them. NuPro is another all-around supplement which I like and can confidently recommend. With a broad assortment of vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and enzymes, NuPro promises to boost your dog's immune system, reduce shedding, and improve skin and coat health, promote healthy digestion, and prevent allergies. Okay, so that was our multivitamin or whole body supplement. Let's move on to gut health. Did you know that your dog's gut controls about 70% of his immune system? In fact, dysbiosis or imbalance of the commensal microbiota, or friendly bacteria in the gut, is implicated in the pathogenesis of several diseases including IBD, obesity, and allergic disorders in dogs. For this reason, I recommend all dogs take a daily probiotic. Not just when your dog is on an antibiotic, I mean every day. Now, this does not mean you have to buy a commercial probiotic supplement. You could opt to save money and simply make your own homemade probiotic yogurt like I showed you in one of my recent videos, which I will link above and down below. However, if you don't have the time to invest in a yogurt maker and cultures, I highly recommend Daily Dog by Full Bucket Health. Daily Dog is a powerful probiotic made with Saccharomyces boulardii, a strain of yeast used for the prevention and treatment of gastrointestinal tract disorders, including diarrhea symptoms. Additionally, Saccharomyces boulardii improves gut barrier function, produces antimicrobial peptides to fight disease-causing pathogens, stimulates the immune system, and inhibits inflammation. I alternate between feeding a homemade probiotic yogurt and the Daily Dog, both of these on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. You may remember that I did an interview with the co-founder of Full Bucket Health last year. It was an absolutely fascinating conversation all about probiotics and canine gut health. I highly recommend you watch it next when you are done with this video. I'll link it down below as well. Okay, moving on. Let's cover supplements for our dog's skin and coat. As one of the largest and most complex organs in a dog's body, the skin, and by extension the coat, are largely a reflection of what is going on inside them. With a strong immune system and balanced microbiota, a quality diet of whole foods and ample exercise, optimal health of a dog will be exuded through a shiny, luxurious coat and healthy skin. Unfortunately, most dogs suffer from one or more conditions related to their skin and coat, such as dry or itchy skin, allergies, hair loss, parasites, and skin sensitivities. As I mentioned before, the solution to these skin issues often lies much deeper than what you see on the surface, so I highly recommend you start there and with your dog's diet. In terms of supplements, there is strong evidence that feeding an omega-3 fatty acid supplement can help improve the quality of your dog's skin and coat. My top recommendation and favorite way to give my dogs omega-3 fatty acids is through whole raw sardines. I purchase sardines frozen through my raw dog food co-op and feed one 4 to 5 days per week. Through my co-op, I am able to get a 30-pound case of 15 2-pound bags of sardines for $105. While this is by far the most expensive item I feed my dogs, it's cheaper than buying an omega-3 supplement for giant breed dogs. I used to be able to get a case of sardines for less than half of this price when I lived in Arizona. Those were the days. If you aren't sure where to find sardines or don't want to mess with them, a couple of alternative omega-3 fatty acid supplements I recommend are Dr. Harvey's Health and Shine Omega-3 and Dr. Harvey's Health and Shine Alaskan Fish Oil with salmon and krill, both of which I have reviewed on this channel as well. Since I don't have these on hand, I will include links to them on Amazon below so you can check them out. Near and dear to every big dog owner's heart is a discussion about our dog's hips, bones, and joints, and our next set of supplements. Whether you have a large breed puppy at risk for a breed-specific joint issue, or a senior dog with mobility loss due to arthritis, like Sully, your dog's skeletal health is a direct result of their genetics, exercise, health care, and diet, including supplementation. There are a handful of specific ingredients many people look for in joint supplements for large dogs. The first two are glucosamine, which is a mild anti-inflammatory and is used by the joints to make cartilage, and chondroitin, which inhibits destruction and promotes the production of cartilage components. While the evidence supporting glucosamine and chondroitin supplementation for dogs is inconclusive at best, there is very little downside to giving it due to the potential benefit. That said, I do not prioritize glucosamine and chondroitin in the daily joint supplements I feed my dogs, as you will see. The next ingredient, and one that I absolutely believe in, is green lip mussels. Green lip mussels contain a high level of omega-3 and other fatty acids, as well as other natural occurring compounds that can improve joint lubrication, reduce inflammation, stiffness, and joint pain, and improve mobility and range of motion. Because research shows green lip mussels provide equivalent pain relief to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, they are a staple in my senior Mastiff's diet. The next ingredient is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a thick, viscous, elastic-like substance that naturally fills all the spaces between the joints, or the synovial fluid. It helps to lubricate and protect joints and absorb shock as your animal walks, jumps, competes, or plays. It also helps manage osteoarthritis and post-surgical pain and inflammation. This is another essential component of my dog's joint care, as you will see. The last two ingredients to consider are MSM. MSM is methylsulfonyl-methane, a natural antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, which eases pain and inflammation of osteoarthritis. And turmeric, which has antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, wound healing, and anti-cancer properties. Given alone in golden paste or in bone broth, turmeric was one of the supplements that made the most impact on Junior's hip dysplasia and neurological pain due to Wobbler syndrome. Now that we've covered what ingredients to look for, here are my favorite nutritional supplements for dog joint health. First, I recommend Lubricin HA with MSM for all large and giant breed dogs. Lubricin HA plus MSM is a liquid supplement for animals that mimics the hyaluronic acid found naturally in their bodies that helps to lubricate and protect joints and absorb shock as your dog plays, jumps, or walks. Made in the USA, Lubricin uses a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid, which maintains its viscosity, keeping joints lubricated and pain-free. Lubricin has special formulas for pets, horses, livestock, and humans. However, according to the company, the pet and equine and livestock formulas are the same, only dosed differently. The livestock is labeled separately as well. The human product is 20% stronger than the other formulas, but contains all the same safe ingredients. Because the human formula is a little less expensive, this is the one I use for my 200+ pound Mastiffs. For them, I use a loading dose of 2 tablespoons for 10 days and then 1 tablespoon after that. For their anti-inflammatory benefits, I also give Raw Paws Pet Food Green Lip Muscle Powder just about every day, and I occasionally add a little bit of frozen golden paste that I keep in the freezer. Okay, we are going to get to some special considerations for those of you raw feeders, so please stick with me until the end for that. For now, if you are getting value from this video, would you consider hitting that like button and letting me know? I greatly appreciate your feedback more than you know. And because I know so many of your big dogs struggle with allergies, that's what we are going to cover in this section. For many dogs, allergies can be debilitating. Whether they are seasonal or year-round, the effects of allergies can range from atopic dermatitis to full-blown hair loss, ear infections, digestive disorders, and chronic anal gland issues, just to name a few. Both Junior and Sully have suffered from occasional bouts of allergic symptoms. Junior exhibited some patchy hair loss and seasonal dermatitis, while Sully is allergic to chicken, causing frequent ear infections and anal gland inflammation. Getting a formal diagnosis of the exact allergic trigger should be your top priority if your dog is suffering from allergies. Eliminating common triggers in the environment and doing a food trial are a couple of good places to start. Beyond that, I recommend 2 nutritional supplements that will help boost your dog's immune system. Raw Paws Pet Food makes my favorite organic sea kelp, which I have been feeding my dogs for years. Kelp is known to support dental health, digestion, thyroid health, metabolism, the immune system, and healthy skin and coat. This particular product is sold in a 3-bag bundle, which lasts me several months. As with most of the supplements I feed, I don't give the full amount suggested on the bag. I usually just put 1 scoop of kelp per dog per day in their bowl. In my opinion, the most cost-effective way to feed it to a 200-pound dog. The next supplement I recommend is called colostrum. You can find colostrum through many sources, but my 2 favorite for the cost and quality are Raw Paws Pet Food and Nature's Pharmacy. Colostrum is collected from cows during the first day milking when antibodies, immune factors, and growth factors are at peak levels. When fed, it is a great source of protein that supports the immune system and overall health in an easy-to-serve powder. With regard to digestion and the aforementioned anal gland issues, as I mentioned earlier, in my experience, anal gland issues are often a result of some sort of allergy. This is not always the case, but very often it is. If your dog and you are dealing with this rancid stench, I highly recommend taking a critical look at your dog's diet and any potential food allergies. In Sully's case, it's chicken. I have known for years that Sully was allergic to chicken, so I avoided feeding it. Thinking that it might just be an issue with the amount of chicken, I attempted to reintroduce it in very small quantities. In addition to immediate ear drainage, Sully's anal glands would get inflamed and start to smell. As soon as the chicken was removed completely from his diet, both of these symptoms resolved without treatment. I'm lucky that I have been able to pinpoint Sully's exact issue, but for many dogs, it's not that easy. To help improve digestion and anal gland expression naturally, in addition to raw meaty bones, I recommend 2 supplements, psyllium husk and Glandex. Psyllium husk is the husk of psyllium seed and is what is put in fiber supplements for humans. The husks are coated with mucilage, I think I'm saying that right, that swells and thickens into a gel when exposed to water. This helps increase the weight of the stool and trigger a bowel movement. The net effect of psyllium husk supplementation in dogs is improvement in anal gland expression, constipation, and diarrhea. I have used a few different brands of psyllium husk. Just look for one that is organic and only contains one ingredient, psyllium husk. Here is the one that I've been using and that I like. Dosages are going to vary by the size of your dog, so be sure to consult your veterinarian before feeding it. I typically shoot for about 1 teaspoon once a day, 3 to 4 days a week as a regular maintenance supplement. For dogs who are over 200 plus pounds like mine, this is a very low dose, really. You will also want to make sure you are providing plenty of fresh water for your dog while giving this supplement. Since I feed a raw diet, this hasn't been an issue for me. Additionally, if your dog has chronic anal gland inflammation, you may also consider these Glandex chews. Sully loves the taste of them, and they definitely helped when he was having issues. Again, links for everything are in the description. Okay, now for a few special considerations for raw-fed dogs specifically. Feeding a raw diet is one of the absolute best things you can do to optimize your dog's health if it is sufficiently balanced. I have covered at great length my feelings on the concept of balance in pet food. However, when I say balance, I'm simply referring to the basics. Here's what I mean. Most dogs need about 15% bone content, typically fed through raw meaty bones or ground up bone. For dog owners who are unsure how to calculate the amount of bone to feed or how to feed it, I recommend opting for a bone meal supplement. I like Nature's Pharmacy Bone Builder Supplement as well as Better Bones by 4-Leaf Rover. A good economical alternative is this pork bone supplement from Upco. I would not necessarily follow the directions for how much to feed any of these supplements. Please try to do the math to make sure you are giving enough, but not too much. Keep in mind that giant breed puppies need a ratio of 1.2 to 1 calcium to phosphorus. When feeding raw meat, your dog is getting phosphorus. These bone meal supplements are providing the calcium needed. I will include a link below to a blog post I wrote all about feeding giant breed puppies, which will help clarify any questions you may have about the calcium-phosphorus ratio. The next category of nutritional supplements I recommend for most raw-fed dogs is some sort of vegetable supplement. I do feed a veggie mixture that I make using my Instant Pot and blender. However, I'm confident that the amount I'm feeding isn't enough for a 200 plus pound dog. When prepping my dog's raw meals, my priority is balancing the raw meat, bone, and organs. The veggie component is an important addition, but not one I overanalyze. I simply throw in the Instant Pot what I have on hand at the time, usually kale, broccoli, mushrooms, carrots, apple, blueberries, sprouts, etc. It is because of this somewhat haphazard approach to feeding many of the micronutrients and phytonutrients that my dogs need that I also feed a product called Cornucopia by Nature's Pharmacy. Cornucopia contains an organic proprietary blend of vegetables, fruits, sprouts, and botanicals, delivering powerful phytonutrients and nutrients for both dogs and cats. In fact, according to the company, each pound of Cornucopia is equivalent to 18 pounds of produce. While I would not say this supplement is necessary if you are feeding enough variety of cooked veggies and produce, But how many of us really know if we are feeding enough? For this reason, I recommend raw feeders feed some sort of vegetable supplement. You can choose cornucopia or an alternative like green rover from 4-leaf rover. My philosophy on vitamin supplements for dogs is moderation, both in what I am willing to spend my money on and how I feed it. Here are a few tips I've learned over my many decades as a giant breed dog owner. First, diet is king. Or queen, for that matter. Unfortunately, there is no supplement on the market that will turn a poor diet into a good one. Feeding a trash diet of Iams, Purina, and Science Diet and thinking supplements are going to redeem it is like eating a Big Mac and thinking the Diet Coke will negate the calories. It's nonsense. Start with feeding the highest quality diet you can afford and then use your supplements as an enhancement. Second, I want you to question every recommendation you hear. Do your due diligence and research to determine what is best for you and your dog. Ignore the sales pitch and do your own homework. Never forget, number one, you are better off spending a little more for a better diet than on a multitude of supplements. Third, read the label. For example, some supplements will advise to feed on an empty stomach. Things like probiotics and colostrum fall into this category. For these, I typically feed them 1 to 2 hours before a meal with or without my homemade yogurt, or sometimes I feed it with the meal as well. Fourth, here is my advice if you are feeding a very picky dog who turns his or her nose up at the slightest hint of something new. Consider mixing the powder into fresh tripe, a raw egg, or bone broth. These have all worked for me. Give them a try. I will link below the video I did all about feeding a picky dog. I include many more helpful tips in there if you are in this situation. And lastly, I'm just going to say it. Dosing is a crapshoot for giant breeds. If you look at the dosing for nearly any nutritional supplement for dogs out there, the dosing for dogs over 100 pounds is somewhat comical. For example, the directions will say to give 1 scoop per 25 pounds. That would be 8 to 9 scoops for a giant breed Mastiff. Question for you. How long would a 1-pound container last at that rate? I can tell you, not long at all. For this reason, I refer you back to my philosophy on feeding supplements: moderation. Depending on the product, I will often just give 1 or 2 scoops and call it good. In this way, I can optimize my dog's health while retaining what's left of my budget. I hope you found this video helpful. And with that, thank you so much for watching until the end, and we will see you in our next video. Bye for now.